Summer renovations continue here inside the Vine Center, and we're joined now by Director of Men's Basketball Operations, Matt Olinger, to give us an update on that. And Matt, amongst many of the renovations going on here right now is the new locker rooms for both the men's, women's basketball teams, and the volleyball team as well. Give us an idea of what the teams can expect from the new locker rooms when they get back.
Well, there's been, over the last couple of years here, we've grown so much as a university, we've just grown as an athletic department, and things have gotten a little crowded down here with convocation and just the different sports. And President Falwell sat down and sat down with our athletic director, Jeff Barber, and they kind of came up with a plan. And a part of that plan has been a huge benefit to us, to where we're really going to expand the locker room, make it a lot more space, both on the men's and women's side. Add some more, real bathroom space, add some lounge space where our players are not just, really stuck necessarily in the locker room, but they can spend some time together down there, gel as a team together without always just being in the locker space. And they're also expanding upstairs into the office area and creating a new office suite for the men's and women's program. And creating that space is also going to allow for a new film room, a new team room, and really give our guys and our players a unbelievable, really just setting where they can not only learn, but they can really gel as a team and spend a lot of time together. So it's the project that they've created is it's a high-level project.
You and I were chatting before we came on here about, sometimes you can feel a little bit confined almost to that small area back there. Is this going to kind of take away some of that feeling, the expansion?
Yeah, they're really a lot of the walls that I would have never thought could even come down. They've really blown out a lot of space. It's going to feel a whole lot more open. And I think the best part is it's really going to benefit a lot of the tenants that are here in the Vine Center. As anybody knows who's been around Liberty enough, the Vine Center is an unbelievable facility for basketball, but it gets used for, concerts, different events, a lot of special speakers. I mean, there's so many events that go on here, and it houses so many people that a lot of these renovations they're doing, we're a huge benefactor of what's going on, but I think it's really going to benefit not only athletics, I think it's going to benefit the school, and I think even students will see a little bit of benefit with the convocation setup and the tear down and just different things that go on. It's really been, I think it's been a brilliant plan that the president and Jeff Barber have put together of just how to make it all work with everybody here.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's awesome that everyone's going to benefit from this, but I know that you're on the inside with men's basketball specifically. How much are you guys going to benefit from this? How much more efficiently can you work now?
Well, really the space in the locker room has always been, it's been tight. I mean, the school's done a tremendous job in keeping it nice, and this facility is easily the top facility in our league. One of the best facilities in mid-major basketball, but the locker room, the way that it was just constructed 20 years ago, it was just a little tight, and some of the other rooms were tight, and we didn't really know where walls could come down and where they couldn't come down. But the benefit of the locker room space, I think, is going to be probably the best thing about it, because the student-athlete experience is what we're trying to create here, and we really want our guys to feel comfortable. We want them to be able to spend time here. We don't want it to just be, really this is a changing room. You kind of got to get in and get out because you're either bumping shoulders with somebody or you're walking around somebody else. So just having that space and having the ability to just relax in that space, I think is, in my opinion, going to be the greatest, part of this whole project, selfishly on our side for men's basketball, because we really do. We want that experience of our student athletes to be top notch, and I think the new locker room and kind of some of the things we're going to do in there are really going to do that for them. And I would share a little bit more, but we want some of it to kind of be a surprise for our guys when they see it this fall.
No, I understand that for sure. But with the expansion in the locker room now, I understand you're going to have to move the weight room here as well. That's now going to go on the back end of the building? Yeah,
the weight room here is, again, it was a tight space, but, we made it work. It's been useful the last, 5 to 7 years, but it could only fit maybe 4 to 5 guys, 6 guys at the most. Women's basketball or volleyball can only get 4 to 5, maybe 6 players in there. And so we scoured this building. We went over a ton of drawings. We were checking out rooms. We were in closets. We were in places I actually didn't even know existed in here. And then, the decision really ultimately came from the president of really the best thing to do is let's create a bigger weight room. Let's get a lot of space. And they're going to go ahead and put that on the back. And so once a lot of these inside renovations get done, then that new weight room gets created on the back. And that's really going to be a huge advantage to our guys, to where now in our own facility we can have our entire team work out together. And And other than traveling across campus or scheduling time out with other teams, or that was always a little bit difficult to get all 13, 14, 15 guys in there at a time. So.
Okay, so we've got a new men's basketball locker room, we've got a new women's basketball locker room, a new volleyball locker room as well, but also understand getting a new, or for the first time, an officials locker room as well as a visiting locker room.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think if you pooled all three of the programs, of volleyball, men's and women's basketball, that's one thing that we're all going to be excited about, that anybody who's come to the Vines or other teams that come, it's been a little bit of musical chairs and fitting teams, or if there was tournaments hosted here, it was always really tight on space. So having the visitors locker room there where a team always has a designated place to be is a big upgrade to this facility. And even for the officials too, the officials kind of, depending on what game, at what time, what night they were here, is a little bit of a musical chairs, and it'll be a designated space for them as well. So like I said, really the project is not, selfishly, again, we're really thankful. We're loving a lot of things that they're doing here, but it's really going to benefit all the tenants that are here. And I think when the project is all said and done, I think there's going to be a lot of happy campers that live in here every day. The whole project is supposed to be done sometime here in early fall. And I think even the visitors locker room, women's volleyball, and some of those other areas are set to be completed here in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
All right, Matt, certainly appreciate your time, and looking forward to seeing the end result.
I appreciate it, Nick.
That's Director of Men's Basketball Operations, Matt Olinger, and my name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.